Hello, today I will be demonstrating the Autostudy feature, which is coming to the advanced feature set of Pocket Bible for Android. Autostudy is a tool for finding information in your library about a verse, word, or even a daily reading. The Autostudy feature can be found in the overflow menu on most devices. For a few devices, it may show up in the action bar as an icon, which is a mortarboard, also known as a graduation cap. Today I will be demonstrating a verse autostudy. A verse autostudy compiles information from your library about a particular verse or passage. To activate a verse autostudy, you could go to the menu and select a verse autostudy from it, or, as I'm going to do here, you could select a verse and select Autostudy from the contextual action bar. When you select a verse this way, it will auto-populate the field. If you select it from the menu, the field will be blank and you'll have to enter the verse manually. Either way, you can edit the verse you've selected by clicking in the field. So in this case, I actually want to study John 3:16, so all I have to do is replace that 5 with the 6. The next part of setting up a verse autostudy is to select the default translation. This can be any Bible that you have installed on your device. In my case, we will be using the ESV. This original translation is used to determine what version the cross-references will use when getting their text and what words will show up when you're looking at your dictionaries. Once you have selected your original translation, it's time to select your books. To select or unselect books, you start by selecting the category and then checking or unchecking the books. Checked books will be included in the study. Unchecked books will be excluded. So, since I'm using the ESV as my default translation, I don't need it here. Note that if I included it, it would not actually show up as a duplicate. I'm also going to remove the KJVEC because that is a Strong's Bible and will show up in the in the exhaustive concordances category. If you use a Strong's Bible in the other translations category, it will just appear as the translation without the Strong's numbers. Finally, I have 2 copies of the NIV installed, so I'm going to uncheck one of those. Now I want to reorder these so that they're a little more useful. So I'm going to move the KJV up by dragging and dropping it. Likewise, I want the NIV to be above the NVI. So I just click and drag. And since I have 3 Bibles that are unselected, I will drag the NVI above those. So I only have one exhaustive concordance installed at the moment. If I uncheck this, even though I have the exhaustive concordances category checked, it won't show up on the final report because there's no book for it to reference. If I wanted to exclude a category, I would uncheck it. This will ignore the checked or unchecked state of all the books below it. And now I can rearrange the categories by, again, dragging and dropping. So I'm going to drag the exhaustive concordances to just above the Strong's number definitions. That way I have the verse with the Strong's numbers and then the definitions. I'm also going to move my commentaries above my other translations. It can take a while to build the autostudy, so it is important that you select only the books that you want, as this will help speed up the process. When you're ready to start the study, all you need to do is press View, and Pocket Bible will begin processing. I've cut out some of the waiting time to make this video a bit shorter. And here's our finished auto study. Because of their length, auto studies are something you'll often need to refer back to. To facilitate this, we have a couple of options. We can save the auto study as an HTML file by clicking the Save icon in the upper right-hand corner and giving the file an appropriate name. Or on Android 4.4 and later, we can click the Print icon to get a few other options. These include save to the Google Drive, save as a PDF, or if you have a Wi-Fi enabled printer available, print. Because auto studies can be quite long, you should use caution when printing. However, it is an option you have available. The primary advantage of auto studies is it saves you from having to switch between multiple books and multiple panes. Instead of having to look up 4 or 5 different commentaries and then 4 or 5 different translations of the Bible, it is all presented for you on one screen. This is why Auto Study is one of the major features coming soon to the advanced feature set of Pocket Bible for Android.